Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to yet another edition of Boarding Pass. My name is Sam, and we are live from Phoenix, Arizona, United States of America. Well, it's been a minute, it's been long without coming here, without giving you information concerning about green card, concerning about life in America. My last video, it was about it was when I had gone to Washington DC, and then I was showing you guys those places. Then I went to White House, I went to State Capitol, I went to Washington Monument. So I mean, I visited those places. So if you want to catch up with that, just go to my YouTube channel. It is Boarding Pass Nation, and you see that video. I did a video that was describing everything that takes place that place. So it is a good one. So go check it out. And so I am back again and better. And I thought this is the right time for me to come back and talk about again the DV lottery, the green card lottery. It is an exciting time. As I'm recording this video, today is 18th of April. So the results are coming back on May. That is next month, 4th of May next month. And so let me hope you're excited. Let me hope you who applied, you're going to be selected. But now, I received questions in last period of time where people were asking me what are steps taken when someone apply, what happens so that someone be selected. So there are different stages that that happens for one to be selected. So those stages, those are the ones that I'm going to talk about. That process from the first day you applied, for the first day you submitted your entry, to the last day when you check the results. So what happens from there? So without wasting much of your time, let's dive into this. But before that, there are people who are not familiar with this. When we talk about DV, they don't know DV. So when we talk about DV, I am meaning DV. You can see here, it's Boarding Pass Nation. That's my YouTube channel. And then DV, green card, DV or green card lottery selection process. So that's what it means. So when I try to share my screen here, let me try to see if I can share my screen so that you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, the session. Okay. All right. So this is what it looks like. So on 4th of May, you'll have to go into Google and then type in DV lottery program, and then this page will come here. So it will be it comes from the U.S. Department of State, Bureau of Consular Affairs, and then there's electronic diversity visa program. That's the program you sent to. Thank you. The entry period for DV 2025 diversity visa program was between 4th October 4th, 2023 and November 7th, 2023. Entries are not being accepted. So that was the period that you guys applied. So the next thing that you guys are waiting is the results. And the results, as I've said, you can see DV 2025 entrants may enter their confirmation information through the link below, starting at noon ED on Monday, 4th, 2024. So literally, that is when the results are going to come. So 4th of May, in your country where you are, check out the results. That's when they will be out. So I wish you good luck for all of you who applied, for all of you who want to come to the United States of America. But now, what are steps taken? What are stages? What kind of stages does your entry go through for you to be selected? Well, what happened is the first stage is for you to apply. And as I've told you, the application process um, is always between early October and early November. So it happens that the Department of State publishes an entry form. And that entry form, that's where you put your biodata. That's where you put your name. That's where you put your date of birth. That's where you put your country of eligibility. Your country of eligibility, it is either the country of birth where you were born, or the country where your spouse was born, or the country of birth might be the country which is your nationality, but it might be not the country. Your country of birth might be different from your nationality. Yes. So that is where you qualify for DV lottery. So that is the first entry. So after filling that form that you filled, the next thing you did, you submitted that. And when you submit that, it goes to the Department of State under the Department of DV Lottery in KCC, that is Kentucky Consular Center, because they're the ones who are responsible to process diversity visa, diversity visas, or the green card lottery through diversity visa lottery program. That means they cover for the whole world. People who apply for DV lottery, they don't only come from Africa. So the DV lottery program, it is open to all 6 regions. When I talk about 6 regions, I mean Africa, I mean Asia, I mean Europe, I mean North America, I mean South America, I mean Oceania. Yes. So all those regions, they are they are allowed to participate in DV lottery. However, not all countries in those regions that are eligible to participate in this program. Case in point, in Africa, Nigeria, it is not allowed to participate because the number of immigrants that have come in America, they have they have got so many immigrants who have come in America, and so for that case, they are not eligible for in the past 5 years, they're not eligible for this program. So let's go back to the point. What happens? So when this is what I was trying to show when I'm talking about the regions. Let me try to share my screen here so that we go hand in hand. So I will use this information for the U.S. Department of State travel state.gov instruction for DV 2024 diversity immigrant visa. I decided to use this information, this instruction, because that's where we will get all what I was talking about. So this is the eligibility countries historical of low rates of immigration to the United States may be eligible. That's what I was talking about in Nigeria. So that means Nigeria, it lies under the country with the high rates of immigration to the United States of America. But that's not what I want to talk about today. So I have come for this one to show you some of the regions that I was talking about that eligible for DV lottery program. Okay. So you can see this is Europe. So you can see Albania, Andorra, Armenia, Austria, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Belgium, Croatia, all those countries, Germany, Greece, Iceland, Italy, all those countries they want to come to United States of America. So so we have, as I've said, you have Europe. So this is Asia. This is what I was telling you. In Africa, natives of Nigeria are not eligible for this year's diversity visa because they lie under high rates of immigration. So this is Africa. All other countries, these ones, they do qualify. Okay, great. So you've submitted your entry. You from Africa, you from Europe, you from Asia, you from wherever you are. So what happens that they get you submit that to the Department of State, as I've told you, to Kentucky Consular Center. They get those entries, they put them into different computer systems. So they get people from Africa, they put them countries from Africa. That means they fall under the region of Africa, that is AF region. People from Europe, countries from Europe, the ones I've talked about, Italy, German, whatever, name all of them. They are put into different computer system in Europe. Asia, the same. Oceania, the same. South America, the same. All those countries that lie under those regions. After that, the computer system gives the number to each entry that to each entry which is in that region. For example, everyone who entered in that draw, you'll be given a case number. So for that one, it gives randomly. Remember, it is in Africa. So that means in Africa, there's someone from Ghana, there's someone from Nigeria, no, some from Ghana, there's someone from Rwanda, there's someone from Ghana, there's someone from Namibia, someone from Mozambique, there's someone from Botswana, there's all of them. So the system will give the numbers randomly. When it gives the numbers random, it won't take one country and then gives them from number 1 to 100. No, it means someone in Ghana might have number 1. Someone in Uganda might have number 2 randomly. That means there's no order for that. So the same applies. It goes then. Computer system still also goes to Europe. It gives number 1 until maybe like depending on the people who have applied. Let's say in Europe they have applied 10,000 people, so it will give numbers from number 1 to 10,000. In Africa, let's say people who have applied, who have the entries that they have, let's say it reached like 8 million. It gives numbers from it will give numbers from 1 to 8 million. That's it, randomly. So after giving the numbers randomly, the computer system, the Department of State put another application called the quota system. So remember, the number of people who apply are always more than the number of visas available. So case in point, you might find that in Africa, people might apply like 8 million, 9 million, 10 million. But it doesn't mean like all 10 million will come to United States of America, because the number of visas available are 55,000. So what do they have to do? They have to put what we call the quota system. They are going to eliminate, they're going to reduce the number of people. So they will be like, they put the regional quota system. So when they put the regional quota system, that means that they will get in Africa, they say, okay, we have 8 million people who have applied, but maybe let's put a quota system, maybe we need like 65,000 people from Africa. Let's do the first quarter, and the first quarter maybe let's be like 6,000. Maybe in Europe, people who applied, maybe they were like 1 million. Maybe in Europe we will need like 20,000 people. So still the computer system will have to go and sort out number of people. We will select the number of people equivalent to that number they want randomly. For that case, they won't look in the first quarter, they won't look at your high school diploma, they won't look at your specification of the photo. If your photo didn't meet the requirements, they won't look all other criteria we talked about when you apply. No, they are still dealing with the quota system, the number. And that one is done in regions. They do that to Africa, they do that to Asia, they do that to Oceania, they do that to South America. So let's say they've got 60,000 in Africa, they've got 10,000 in Europe, they've got 5,000 in Asia. They go on with other regions. So when that is finished, that is the first quarter. Then the next stage is what? The second quarter. So remember that there are people who got out from the first quarter because you were not selected because of the quota system. The number of people they want is less than the number of people who applied. So you were taken out randomly. You were given a case number, but you were taken out. So that means you did not fail because you did not meet the requirements, because we haven't looked at the requirements and the specification of a certain type of the photo you submitted, but you eliminated because of the number of people they need. I hope that is clear. So we are going to the next stage, and the next stage is what? Is the quota system still based on countries. So they will still go to countries. Okay, we selected 65,000 from Africa, but under 65,000 from Africa, we have maybe 10,000 people from Algeria, because those are some of the countries that actually do have so many people. We have like 8,000 people from Congo, Egypt, Malawi, Rwanda, name them. So what they have to do, they are going now also to do another quota system, so that each country at least can get the same number of people, because each country is allowed to have 7% of the available visas. That means each country is supposed to get 70% of the 55 visas available. So they will do also the quota system. So the computer is going also to select, to scan out the entries from the pre-selected ones from the regions. That means in Africa, we have got 65, so they are going to select from each country, and then they give a certain number. So what do they do? So after getting that certain number, let's say each country we want each country maybe to have like 8,000. So they will have to select that still randomly. They haven't looked at your specification of the photo. They haven't looked at your eligibility status. They haven't looked at all that. And then after that, when they have selected, maybe each country is having 8,000 or what, the third stage is elimination by merit. That's when your photo, which was taken, which didn't meet the measurements, that's when it's going to look at. If you did not qualify by eligibility status, that's when it's going to come. So the computer system is going to put what we call the elimination method by bad entries. So that's where they're going to look at you applied 2 times, the photo didn't meet the requirements. That's when they are going to look at that. So from the 8,000 they have picked from each country, so the system will go on and then pick out those that did not meet the requirements. So that's where you'll find that some countries, they have high number of people who were selected. Other countries did not have the same number of people who were selected. Because of what? Because this one, they applied, there were so many. That means they wanted each country maybe to have 8,000, but after, even from the first entry, from the first quarter, from the second quarter, you find in different country, people had applied already, they were many. And maybe when they reach at the third quarter, whereby they need each country maybe to have like 8,000 people, you find out that means they're not supposed to exceed 500 people. You find out like one country, it has remained with maybe like 2,000 people, or like 2,000 people. That means if it has remained with 2,000 people, and they're also in those 2,000 people, there are even bad entries. So the system is going to go and pick out those bad entries. And then you'll find out that that country has remained with maybe like 100, because they have removed now the bad entries. But remember, there are countries which had so many entries. They eliminated them. They also qualified under a certain number of people that were needed in that country. So when they select out the bad entries, so they will leave now those with right entries. Like you meet the right specifications, your photo was okay, you didn't do any mistake, like you followed all the procedures of the photo and all the rules of the DV lottery. So those numbers that are left, those entries that are left from the first quarter, from the second quarter, and the third one, which we call the elimination of the bad entries, those are the ones that will be produced on 4th of May. Case in point, I'm just referring to the coming results that are going to come. So those that are not those that were taken out, those numbers that were taken out, those are the ones we call holes. That's why you find that when you check the case numbers, when you'll find out that you'll get the results when you have, let's say, a case number of 400 case in paint in Africa. But it doesn't mean that in front of you there are 400 cases. No, they are what we call holes. So the holes, those are the case numbers that were taken out in the first quarter, in the second quarter, and the third quarter, when they were doing the third quarter, which is the elimination of the bad entries. So you find out that the number of you find out that number one might the case number which was given number one in Africa, you might find out that person is not there. Like that number was taken out, either was taken out from the first entry because they wanted the quota system took him out randomly, or he was taken out in the second quarter, something like, or the third quarter, maybe he didn't meet the requirement. So you find out that the case number, maybe you find out the which we can call maybe like the first number, or the first case number is maybe case number 10 in Africa. So you find out like from number 1 to number 9, those were taken out from the first quarter and the second quarter and third quarter. Yeah. So, and those numbers, those are the ones which are called holes. So the case numbers which are not available, which were taken out, those are the numbers we call holes. And so the ones that pass through the first entry, the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter, which is the elimination of bad entries, those are the what I mean. I call them the numbers that survive. Those are the ones that will be published, and those are the ones that would receive the first entry, the what we call the first notification letter that says that dear so and so, you have been randomly selected. Those are the ones that if you come here, if you come to check your status, those are the ones. So I come put here your confirmation number, you put your last name. Your last name is your family name. Family name, not your Christian name, not your Muslim name, not your, yeah, that name your mom and dad they call you first time when you haven't been baptized. So, and then they put you date of birth and then this. So when you click submit, that's where you will get your what? So your first name, let's say, is, and then date of birth 1976, and then you do KBW9C. Okay, so this one will be like 2024, SAB, whatever. I'm just trying to guess. And I think these are always like 18 numbers. So then you come submit here, you come and invalid year. I'll provide the year of birth for the primary entrant. let me say 1994. Maybe it might give out. CX. Yeah, so that's what we will do. So this is what they're saying, the information entered is not valid. So because I just picked up randomly. So that's what you will do. That's what you will do for you to know that if that's what you will do on that day, and that's how the process is taken. So if you don't get selected, don't be like, maybe my entry wasn't okay. Maybe I did the first entry, like I did the good picture, but I wasn't selected. What and what. So it still comes to luck. So that means you might have been taken out from the first entry, or yeah, from the first quota system, or you might have been knocked out in the second entry system. Yeah, in the second or the second entry system, despite the fact that you had the right specification of the photo, you had followed every procedures of the DV lottery program. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys, and I wish you good luck for all of you who applied. So go subscribe on this channel. There's a lot that I'm coming with this time around. We have started, we have kick-started, and we are not stopping. So I wish you good luck, and go check all my videos. I'll share the link down below on all my social media platforms. So God bless you. Let's catch up in next time. I love you.